Hello YouTube, Tim here. Now, I'm pretty sure I did this in the past, but I don't think it showed up properly. I think I must have lost the video file or something, like several other interesting videos that I was hoping to have shown you. But here we have some brown tinted Odie brand clear cleaner. That's what you want. You can also use, methyl ethyl ketone? But they don't sell that at my local hardware store, so this works just fine. Just get the clear version, not the purple version. You can buy on eBay or other places, presumably, some solvent dye. You can use it to tint fuel oil, things like that. But in our case, the main purpose is to tint PVC. So it's pretty caustic, so I'm gonna more or less hold my breath as I'm doing this, and I'm gonna stand upwind. Now I've already sanded this bow, so all I'm doing is I'm staining the sanded bow. After that, of course, I'm going to go and finish it with shoe polish just like I normally would. But this allows me to have a nice, dark, more or less permanent base, which is fantastic because it's not as likely to get rubbed off. Plus I can go into these places like the inside of the pipe, just for the sake of finishing, you know. It's like having the designers of the original Macintosh computer sign the inside. Nobody's going to see it, but it's still a nice touch. Attention to detail. As you do this more, you'll gauge how much to load the wire brush as you do it, and how much to stroke over places that you've already done. You'll find that it dissolves the PVC, and so if you go over the same spot too much, you'll just end up wiping away what you did before. Won't be too productive. So you'll get the hang of it. Just go through the entire limb like so, and before long you'll have a nice, dark, even stain on the bow. You could end it right there, and it's a very nice finish. There's nothing wrong with it. But you'll notice that I didn't really fully rub out all of the text. If I'm really concerned, what I'll do is I'll scrape that off with the back of a knife, usually, or a razor blade. In this case, I'm not going to. I'm not concerned at all because this is a dark finish. Even through here, it's not going to show up very well, and the solvent tends to rub it away just in and of itself. But the main thing that I'm thinking is that it's going to be a lot darker once I apply the various shoe polishes that I'm going to apply. So let's not worry too much about that. But this time I am going to do the handle as well. My plan was to use a good amount of polyurethane and get the handle all clear coated like that, and it should be fine. It should stand up to firing without losing any finish, or if it does, it's only going to rub away to this finish, so it'll be a little lighter, more reddish brown rather than a dark. That's fine for the sake of looking more like the movie bow. Oh, and I should say this is a Mirkwood bow. Could be anything though. Any dark finish bow. This is my new standard way of doing it. I think Jason Bratton, Mako Bows down in Texas, had experimented with misting, using a spray device to spray this stuff onto a pipe. I don't know if he had any success. If he's watching, hey, long time no talk. We'd love to see you on the community, in the Google Plus community. And if you had anything to share about your experiences since then, I hope you're still into archery and finding some free time to play around with it. In other news, while I'm doing this, some of you might know I've started a PVC archery and crafting forum apart from the Google Plus crafting community in conjunction with it. They're different. They're just meant to work together. They do slightly different things better. This is an actual bulletin board, so it's better for things like threaded conversations where people can actually reply with photos. That's a feature that Google Plus lacks, unfortunately. It'd be really nice to have, but as of yet, the engineers at Google haven't gotten around to implementing that sort of a feature. So in the meanwhile, we have a forum. I was also somewhat concerned about the possibility that Google Plus could be modified, altered, or even gotten rid of, shuttered entirely. So just to hedge our bets, now we have a whole nother place. That place is forum.pvcarchery.org. forum.pvcarchery.org. If you head over there, you'll also find word of a little contest that I've got running, where at the end of the month, this is May 2014, I'm going to be choosing a winner to receive a bow that I make for him. All you have to do is surf on over forum.pvcarchery.org and go into the contest folder, which is linked below. So if you want that bow, just look at the links below in the show notes and follow that link to the post. Just write a response to my post saying, I'd like a bow, I want one, or something along those lines, and I will put you in the running. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to making something for somebody. Alright, we're nearly done here. We're just going to go over some areas lightly. Like I said, you have to be careful about going over those areas because the new solvent can wipe away the old solvent. The thicker you apply it in one go, usually the better, but you tend to get a little more streaky that way. So you'll figure it out. You'll slowly just start to develop an eye and a feel for using this stuff. It wasn't easy at first, and I really didn't enjoy using it at first, but the more I use it, the more comfortable I am with it. The more comfortable I am with it, the more fun I have with it. Something very worth noting is the sanded PVC, this applies very easily to. Raw or naked unsanded PVC, it's just very smooth. The stuff just drips right off of it. This holds the solvent just enough so that it doesn't all come right off all at once. Okay, this is great. Cool. Here, you see what I mean? This area wasn't sanded quite as heavily, and so it doesn't want to stay there as much. You can either just dab it lightly or leave it, and it'll add a slight streak of lighter color when you add the rest of the finish. And that's just going to add a little bit of interest. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Okay, there it is. Completely stained, I think pretty beautiful bow. It's a nice reddish tint, and I would be happy with it right as it is. However, I'm going to gild the lily, going to take it inside. We're going to apply a black and brown shoe polish finish to it to make a nice Mirkwood bow, but I am going to shape the tips considerably. I'm going to reduce the recurve a little here at the base, puffing that up as well, increasing the sharpness of the recurve at the edge, giving a nice crease for the string to ride in, and I think this is going to be a beautiful bow. Thanks for watching, YouTube.